That Catalina race was so new and novel that nobody knew what was going to happen. After it was over, we found we'd taken a lot of punishment on that trip.
Catalina to Manhattan Pier, that channel, no matter what you think it is, it's different. Today could be great and tomorrow could be just nasty. It changes to where next thing you know, you're going, where'd those white caps come from? And if it's foggy, we've had it so foggy that you can't see 20 yards. Catalina is the longest race that I know of. It's 32 miles. You know, when I look at the guys doing it in the 50s and 60s, they were the big wave riders. They were such great craftsmen. There was the solid boards and there was hollow boards and there was rudders and short shorts and just nothing on their chest, and they raced Catalina. The Catalina Classic started in 1955 and then disappeared, but was brought back in 1982. Then there was the next generation of guys. The memories come back when you see these photos. This is just history in the making because we didn't know how big paddleboarding would get. I always hired a guy to shoot, and it's not really important what we shot yesterday, but looking back 38 years, it's pretty important. It's the history of Catalina that really is not going to change. There's no age groups, there's no money, it's just a great race, and people do it because they love paddling and nothing more. 1983 started my passion for paddling the Classic. I finished 38 and I won 88 and 89. To stick it out for 6 hours or 5 hours or 7 hours against your competitor, you know, it's just crazy. There's something every day you look out and see Catalina, it's like, wow, I paddled that. And if that channel wasn't there, we wouldn't be doing it. We'd be doing something different, but I don't think the paddling would be driven because that's a goal, it's right there. That's, you know, what people want to do. Until you cross that channel and, you know, tailgate with a burrito and a beer and, you know, heckle your buddies as they come in, you don't really know what's going on. But once you do that, you're like, we're back for more. It's amazing. I mean, what else are you gonna remember when we get old? It's a big channel to cross every year. And these young guys, they're so fast. They're training harder than I've ever seen. And to watch these guys race neck and neck the entire race is the most amazing thing. They're at sprint pace. Instead of a 100-yard dash, they're doing 32 miles.
I think the allure of the Catalina Channel for me is that I've grown up looking across that channel my whole life. Some of my earliest memories of being at the beach were at the finish line in Manhattan, watching my dad paddle across that channel. It's been my 14th year in this race, and I've come close before. I've come within 19 seconds of winning before. I've had a lot of second places, third places, years I've just cruised it. And I think this year I was like, you know, I've been doing this for a long time. I want to go out there and I want to win and get my name on the trophy. I think the reason that the Catalina Channel and the race specifically is such a proving ground for paddleboarders is because the tradition of the race, the history, and the watermen and women who have paddled that channel before us. I think every year, no matter how many years you race that channel, it's still a hard day no matter what. Every year I go out there, I learn so much because every year is different. You might win the race, but you're not going to conquer the channel. Sometimes there's no why, it's just, why not? There's no prize money here. Everyone Monday morning after the Classic is going back to their day job. A lot of guys will tell you they go back and paddle Monday morning after because they love it. And that's what makes paddleboarding as a whole so special.
That nasty shot. But yeah, well, the 18's been feeling good.
What's so inspiring about seeing these younger kids starting to paddle and racing, and it's cool because that's who's going to be leading the sport. And it inspires me to want to race harder and try to hang on as long as I can before I'm passed up. Whether they're racing or not, too, they're getting on the water and they're becoming part of that community.
Had to bring the trash in before Mom gets home.
Is paddling 32 miles fun for you?
I never really ask myself that if I'm like having fun in the middle of the channel. It's just like racing hardcore mindset, like I'm gonna beat that guy. Competing is fun. Being the youngest on the field, I would like it if there was a lot more juniors, but I like looking up at all the men and being like, okay, I'm here to race these guys. Let's do some damage.
Toa wants to paddle, and he is just fired up. He did Catalina last year, and the talent, the natural ability, and the desire. He's 15, and he's already that far ahead. To get this young group of people involved in the sport, they can take it in any direction they want.
This year, the Catalina Classic has a record number of entries into it. There's a lot of young guys and girls who are coming out and racing for their first time. I think a big reason why the sport's growing so much is because there's not very much left out there like the channel and like paddleboarding. It's kind of the last frontier for exploration, whether you're racing the channel or you just want to get into paddleboarding to be out there and explore.
Catalina's not going anywhere. It's the history of paddleboarding. That's one thing we have here is so much established over the years. The board builders, the guys that raced it, it's in our backyard. And the destination, you know, it's a one-way to Manhattan Pier. It is, to me, the big race.